Hi, welcome to your Eagle 332 CBOK by Jayco. We're going to start your tour on the outside of your new trailer. First thing we're going to look at is at the front of the trailer. It's your battery storage compartment. Now the battery is stored here. There is no need to disconnect it manually, as in the front storage compartment there is a battery disconnect. We'll come to that a little bit later in our tour. The next thing we're going to come to that's worth talking about is your propane system. There's two 30-pound propane bottles connected to the trailer via a crossover regulator. The crossover regulator gets its name by whatever direction this handle is pointing. That is what tank the regulator will draw from. However, it will automatically cross over and draw from the other tank when this one empties, without you needing to manually flip this over. Next we'll come to your electric tongue jack, or your power tongue jack. It's got a nice light, good for loading at night. We also have, in the case that there is no power for some reason at the jack, this port right here. This port is a piece of rubber. It can be removed, and then there is a crank, a manual crank, located in your front storage compartment. Okay, continuing on, we come to the off-door side of your front storage compartment. In here we have a few goodies. We have your spray nozzle, which can be used here at this spray port, and there is another located on the other side of the trailer, which I will show you later on. You can use it basically like a regular garden hose. Up next we have your sewage hose. You can use that to connect to your black gray water tanks when you empty them. And we have your park power connection via your 50 amp 36 foot cord, as well as a 30 amp 50 to 30 amp adapter. Now in here, first up, we have your solar panel ready hookup right in this corner here. We have the previously mentioned hookup for the spray hose. And then we have your bypass for your water heater. So in this mode, we are in normal mode, in that you're using your hot water tank as normal. Like this, the hot water tank will be bypassed. This would be used for, well, it could be used for troubleshooting, but also winterization or dewinterization. We have a on switch for your fresh water pump. We have hookups for the main inputs for satellite, cable, and auxiliary. We have a hookup for your city water connection. We have a black water tank flush. And we have the connection point for sanitizing and winterizing. So, how do we achieve those with all these different things with these ports? Good question. If you look at this diagram in the center, it will give you the answer to that. So this first diagram, if you want to fill the tank, we would connect to the city water connection and do these handles in this direction. If we would like to sanitize your tank, we use the handles in this direction and use this port. If we want to use the fresh water tank, we connect in that direction and then turn your pump on, filling the tank first, obviously. And how would you fill your freshwater tank? Well, we already showed you that. Like this to this connection. So after you've done this, and you're going to dry camp, you now switch to this, turn the pump on, there you go. So to winterize, we do the same configuration. And if we want to use city water, we use this configuration and hook up to here. And we have valves for all your holding tanks, black and gray water. We also have a light in here, which is handy, and access through here, so we don't have to have the main door open. Next, let's continue along the outside. We have a small storage compartment here. Next, we come to your 50 power park camping power connection. We have the venting for your furnace. This will, or exhaust for the furnace, sorry. This will get very hot. Next thing we're going to come to is your hot water tank. So the access to your outside of your hot water tank is here. The most common things that you'll want to look at are the drain plug and the pressure relief valve. So if you're ever filling your hot water tank, you want to do so with the pressure relief valve open. This just lets the air out as you fill it up. Or if you're ever taking the drain plug out to drain the hot water tank, it is a good idea to open the pressure relief valve. If you don't, this drain plug will shoot out, or can shoot out, pretty darn quick. Okay, next we come to your output for your black water tank. And of note here are the 1 valve and 2 valves. The second valve at the back is used with your Sanacon waste evacuation system. This is used for when you're pumping from a bit of a distance, you're not like a bit uphill maybe, whenever you're not directly over top of the waste station. There are pretty good directions on the inside cover. Just follow those step by step, and you should be good. If not, feel free to call us and ask any questions. We can do a more detailed video specifically for this. So we'll continue on to along the outside of your trailer. Next, coming to your gray water tank output. Continue along the back to the rooftop access via this ladder. And we'll also notice that the outside venting for your fridge is right here. It's important that this remains unobstructed at all times for proper operation of your refrigerator. As we come around the back to the door side of your trailer, you'll notice your power stabilization jacks. The only thing really noteworthy here is that if one side touches ground first, don't dismay. The other side will kind of catch up and stabilize the trailer. You have next your manual crank for your spare tire to lower it or to lower it down. We come to your neat outdoor kitchen here. It's pretty self-explanatory to light. We have your propane hose. You connect this end at the stove itself via the quick connect. Apologize for the bouncing around, and we connect this end to the propane port on the trailer, also via quick connect. I will take a second to show you where it is located, as it took me a second to find it, so I will show you. This front tire here, it is actually located back here inside your front tire, right here. So a little out of the way, but it is there. There is a valve. You have to open the valve before you use the barbecue and make sure you close it when you are done. To actually light the barbecue with the hose connected, you push it down and turn, and it actually releases the gas and ignites it all at once while you turn it, so it's pretty slick. We continue on the outside of the trailer. We'll notice you have a nice little stair light to help light your way home. We have these two Awning speakers that are real nice. If you want to listen to some music from inside on the stereo outside. You'll also notice that we have the stabilization jacks for the front. They work the same as the back ones, in that if one side touches first, don't fret, the other side will catch up. Here's the other side of that front storage compartment, and finally here is the battery disconnect that I mentioned. When the battery is disconnected, here, this comes out, so no battery power. We have your cranks for your stabilization jacks, your spare tire, and that front power jack. And here is the spray port that I mentioned previously that you can use that hose for, that's located in the other side of the storage compartment. Alright, let's make our way inside. We'll go up the stairs, in the front door. The first thing that we're going to notice is the fire extinguisher. Important safety feature. And then next we come to your indication panel here. We have controls for your exterior lights, for your water pump, and your water heater on gas and electric. It is possible to turn both gas and electric on for the water heater. It will heat the water up a little bit quicker. We have your slide controls, and we have your awning controls as well. Next we come to your dimmer switches. One that controls the island light. If you press and hold, if you just press the dimmer button, it turns it on and off. If you press and hold the button, it will cycle it brighter and dimmer. Same with this one. This unit also comes with this handy remote that has a pin that will control your slides, so you can do your slides from outside. This way, if you're worried about any obstructions that the slides may or may not hit, you can walk around your trailer and use the remote, and you can observe your slide as you are extending it. You can also control the lights from there. Anyways, moving along inside the trailer here. Next thing we come to of note is this fancy TV here. And one thing that's important to note with these TVs is this button here. So we have a button here that when it's depressed, when you press it, it'll toggle you between antenna and satellite or cable. So if you're having issues with reception, you can try toggling that, and that may be the issue. So next we come to your stereo. This one has 3 zones. The first 2 zones will be inside your trailer. The third zone is located on the speakers outside under your awning. And we can also see we have Bluetooth, HDMI, USB, headphone, and auxiliary connectivity and capabilities. Next, we will come to your neat little pantry. It has a motion sensor that detects movement from the door, so it automatically lights for you. Coming to your range top next. It's pretty easy to light. You switch this to the light position, then you turn the igniter knob. So light position, turn the igniter knob, we have flame. So that works for all three top burners. Your stove works the same way. The only difference is when you turn it to the light position, you must depress the knob and hold it in while you turn the igniter. And then it should light just fine for you. We have this nice under drawer storage. Continuing along the outside here, we've got your faucet. We have more dimmers that operate the same. We also have operations to open this power vent and turn on the fan. We have the unit Gfci here. What I'd like to caution about these is that sometimes if they are tripped, well, if they are tripped, you will have a hard time getting power to any of the plugs that are accessible to water or outside. So your outside plugs, any counter plugs, they will be protected most likely by this Gfci. So if you have issues where you don't want to have power and it's not an issue at the panel, you might want to check the Gfci for the unit. Next we come to your fridge and freezer. We have on off. We have your switch between gas and auto. Next item of interest here is your emergency exit for the dining room area. To use this, you want to press down on the handle, the black handle, push the red handle over and up, and then you may press it all the way out and then remove the screen via this tab, and you can escape to safety. Next we'll move on to your dining room table. Pretty simple. It's got a little leaf that slides out so you can get one more person in there, and you simply lift up and push it back in and it tucks away. So next we will come to your, so we just move these bar stools out of the way. Now these stools are equipped with a cover, so in transport they don't get wrecked. But next we come to your carbon dioxide propane detector. There's a button on here. If you press it, it'll test this system to make sure it's functioning properly. I suggest testing it every once in a while. The easiest way to remember is to test it every time you change the batteries in your smoke detector. Here we have under counter USB charging for your phones. Pretty handy. Nice recliners. These recline via handle right down in here. Same on the other side, down in here. Next, we'll take a little look at your thermostat. Use this button to cycle through the fan, high-low, air conditioning, high-low, auto, and your heat. And then these will change the temperature up or down. We have access to the plumbing at the back of your shower. Nice little bathroom. Drain access. Pretty self-explanatory in here. We have a fan. We have blue light in the shower. We have around your cabinet light there, and then the main light for the bathroom. So we'll continue on into the bedroom. Nice little bedroom here. Turn on the switch. We have your separate unit in here, thermostat, controlled the same way as the first. Your underbed storage. Right now it contains extra seating. You have TV, and of course, important to note, this another emergency exit operates the same as the first. Depress the black tab, push the red handle over and up, push the handle all the way outside of the window. You can remove the screen by pulling this red tab, and then you can escape to safety. So that about does it for your tour here. The only other thing I would make note of is your smoke detector, which I mentioned earlier. There is a button on here that you should press every 6 months or so and test to make sure the system is working. And like I mentioned before, probably a good idea to test your carbon monoxide and propane detector at the same time. I think that about covers everything. As always, if you have any additional questions that we did not answer for you with this video, then feel free to call and we can either make you another video or we can answer your question right over the phone. Thank you for the purchase of your brand new Jayco, and I hope you have lots of fun and exciting times ahead. Congratulations.